Marcus hadn't slept in 36 hours. His eyes burned as he stared at the job posting on his cracked phone screen: night janitor needed, graveyard shift, downtown office building. It was the job nobody wanted, the shift that made you invisible, the work that happened while the world slept. But Marcus had 2 kids at home, a stack of medical bills from his late wife's illness, and exactly $47 in his bank account. He didn't have the luxury of wanting anything except survival. What he didn't know was that one night of showing up when no one else would change his entire life. Because sometimes, the people watching aren't who you think they are. Before we continue with Marcus's incredible story, if you believe in the power of kindness and want to see more stories like this, please hit that subscribe button and give us a like. Drop a comment below telling us about a time someone's kindness changed your day. Welcome to Kindness World, where we share real stories that restore your faith in humanity. Now, let's get back to Marcus. Marcus took the job. Every night at 11 p.m., after putting his 7-year-old daughter Emma and 5-year-old son Tyler to bed at his sister's house, he'd drive downtown to the Sterling Tower, a 30-story glass building that housed offices for some of the biggest companies in the city. While executives and employees were home sleeping in comfortable beds, Marcus would push his cleaning cart through empty hallways, mopping floors that would be scuffed again by morning, emptying trash cans, and wiping down desks where people made more in an hour than he made in a week. He never complained. Every night, Marcus worked with the same quiet dignity his father had taught him. He took pride in his work, even if no one saw it. He'd buff the marble floors in the lobby until they shined, carefully clean around personal items on desks, and always made sure the bathroom sparkled. On the 14th floor, there was an office where someone always left their coffee cup out. Marcus would wash it carefully and leave it exactly where he found it. Small acts of consideration, even for people he'd never meet. 3 weeks into the job, Marcus noticed something. On the 30th floor, in the corner office with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city, someone else was there late at night. An older man, probably in his 60s, always at his desk, always working. At first, Marcus would quietly clean around him, trying not to disturb. But one night, the man looked up. "You're here late," the man said, his voice tired but kind. "Yes, sir. I can come back if I'm bothering you," Marcus replied. No. I'm just impressed. You're here every night, aren't you? I've seen you. You do good work." The man smiled. "I'm Richard." "Marcus, sir. And thank you. Just trying to do right by my kids." That was the beginning. Every night after that, Richard would take a short break when Marcus came through. They'd talk, just 5 or 10 minutes. Richard learned about Emma's love of drawing, about Tyler's obsession with dinosaurs, about Marcus's late wife Sarah, and how hard he was working to keep his family afloat. Marcus learned that Richard had built his company from nothing, that he still came in late because he never forgot what it was like to be hungry and scared. One night, Marcus arrived to find the office in chaos. Richard was on the phone, pacing, clearly stressed. A major deal had fallen through. A partner had backed out. Years of work were crumbling. Marcus didn't understand all the business talk, but he understood exhaustion and despair. He'd lived it as he cleaned. Marcus noticed Richard had been there so long he'd forgotten to eat. In his cart, Marcus had the sandwich he'd packed for his own midnight break, nothing fancy, just peanut butter and jelly because it was what he could afford. He hesitated, then walked over and placed it on Richard's desk with a bottle of water. "Sir, you need to eat something. Can't save a company if you collapse." Richard looked at the sandwich, then at Marcus. His eyes grew wet. "You brought this for yourself. I can make another tomorrow. You need it more tonight." Richard took the sandwich, but he didn't eat it right away. He just stared at it, this simple gesture from a man who had so little giving to a man who had so much. "Marcus, do you know who I am?" "You're Richard, sir. You work too hard and you're kind to the help. That's all I need to know." That morning, Marcus finished his shift and drove to his sister's house as the sun came up. He was exhausted, dreaming only of 3 hours of sleep before he'd need to be up with the kids. But when he pulled up, there was a black car in the driveway. An expensive one. Richard was standing on the porch. "Marcus, I couldn't wait. I had to come now." Richard's hands were shaking. "Last night, you gave me your only meal. You didn't know that I'm Richard Sterling. That building you clean is mine. Those companies you work around, I built them. I'm worth more money than either of us could spend in 10 lifetimes. And last night, the janitor who barely makes enough to feed his kids gave me his sandwich because I looked hungry." Marcus didn't know what to say. He felt embarrassed, small. "You showed me something I'd forgotten," Richard continued. "Real kindness. The kind that costs you something. The kind my mother showed people when we had nothing." He pulled out an envelope. "I'm not offering charity, Marcus. I'm offering a job. Director of Operations for Sterling Foundation. We help working families, and I need someone who understands what that means. Someone who leads with heart. The salary is $90,000 a year, full benefits, college fund for your kids. I need someone exactly like you." Marcus's knees went weak. 90,000? He made 22,000 now, barely surviving. "Sir, I don't have a degree. I'm not qualified. You cleaned my building like it was a cathedral. You treated invisible work with pride. You gave your own food to someone you thought was just another tired employee. You're the most qualified person I've ever met for this job. What do you say?" Through tears, Marcus said yes. Yes to a new life. Yes to security for his kids. Yes to the impossible becoming possible because he'd shown kindness when it cost him something. That was 4 years ago. Today, Marcus runs the foundation that's helped over 15,000 families. Emma wants to be an artist and has her college fund secured. Tyler still loves dinosaurs and talks about being a paleontologist. And Marcus still remembers that sometimes the smallest act of kindness, a simple sandwich shared, can change everything. That we never know who's watching. We never know when a moment of compassion will ripple out into something magnificent. So be kind, especially when it's hard, especially when it costs you something. Because somewhere out there, someone's watching, someone's life is about to change, and it might start with you. Kindness isn't just nice, it's powerful. And it always finds a way to come back home.